Everyone has potential. But not everyone reaches their potential. Every year in my school program, the seniors get to go on a trip to Yosemite. They get to spend time with their classmates and friends right before graduation. And you basically camp for a couple of days, go on a bunch of hikes, and just get to enjoy the nice views. Now, apart from the fun experiences, there's always one thing that everyone talks about: the Clouds Rest hike. Now, the Clouds Rest hike is a 25-mile hike that only those who are physically capable and strong get to go on. And when I was in my junior year, I remember asking the seniors, "Hey, did you guys go on Clouds Rest? How was it, And nearly everyone I talked to did not go on Clouds Rest, and I understood why. It was hard, physically demanding. Who in their right mind would actually want to do that? But hearing that, instead of getting discouraged, for some reason, it excited me. I was like, yo, what if an asthmatic guy such as myself can do something as crazy as that? I was like, what if I can get to the top of the mountain, do something that not a lot of people can do? And deep down inside, I knew to myself that this was not going to be an easy task. So as soon as summer ended, I got to training. From the fall to spring season, I went from barely doing a mile to doing 3, 5, 6, 10, even 16 at one point. I was training extremely hard, and I dedicated myself to this seemingly impossible task. I even skipped prom to fulfill one of my lifelong dreams, which was running a marathon. But that's a story for another day. As senior year passed quickly, so did the day of the Yosemite trip. And after the marathon, I had full confidence that I could make Clouds Rest. There's just one issue. I had pushed past my limits and trained so hard that after the marathon, I was injured, specifically on my calf muscle and joints. And even after 3 weeks of rest and recovery, I still felt weak, and I realized that there was a possibility that even after all that training that I did, that I might not even make Clouds Rest. Maybe, at my best, I could have done Clouds Rest, but at that point, there's no way. It was impossible. I was literally injured. And once the day of the trip rolled around, with a sense of sadness, I embarked on a journey with my teachers and classmates. So once the trip began, a lot of people started talking about Clouds Rest, and I joined in on the conversations as well. And we were having such a fun time. Everyone's motivated. We were all hyped to go on this trail. But I knew the reality. I was simply broken. So when we got to Yosemite, we had time to explore new places and see the scenic views. And as we settled into our camps, we had time to rest, unpack, even have a nice meal before we went for some night activities. Later at night, we went out to see the stars and have a nice walk through the valley. And it was then where my problems began again. My calf wound, once again, opened up, and it felt like someone took a knife and repeatedly started stabbing that spot. It was extremely painful. I thought a good night's rest would help me recover, but the next day when I walked into the cafeteria, it felt worse. And this was a huge issue. We were supposed to do Yosemite Falls that day, and it also served as a test as to see who can make Clouds Rest or not. Yosemite Falls was around 9 miles, and although it was easier than Clouds Rest, in my state, it looked impossible. I went to my teachers and I told them, I don't think I can make it. And so they told me, just do the best that I can, and if it hurts too much, go back to camp. So when I went back to camp, around 30 minutes before we were supposed to set out, I saw some of my friends with hiking sticks. I went over to them and I told them my situation. I was like, hey, my calf kind of hurts a lot. Do you guys mind if I borrow 1 or 2 of the sticks? And each of them lended me a stick, so I had 2 sticks with me now. And when I was walking them out, I felt way better because they helped support my weight. I went from being down like a whole leg to now having 3. I was literally tra-la-la, bro. It helped support my body weight and kind of take pressure off of that calf. As we were starting to walk towards the hike, I started having hope, maybe I can actually do this. Like, I knew my situation, I knew how bad it was, but maybe I can still make it to the top. That was when a phrase popped into my head. In the movie Deadpool, before Deadpool goes into this huge fight, he says to himself, 2 swords, maximum effort, something like that.
2 swords and maximum effort.
And seeing how I had 2 sticks, I started developing my own phrase to, hype myself up. So the phrase I came up with was 2 sticks and a dream. And I kept repeating that over and over again to kind of help me up the hike. And this hike was hard, bro. But the whole way up, I kept telling my friends, 2 sticks and a dream, 2 sticks and a dream, 2 sticks and a dream. I had 2 sticks with me and a dream that maybe I can make it to the top of Yosemite Falls and maybe even Clouds Rest. But it was too early to start talking like that. So I focused on the task, and it was a huge fight. And thank you to my friends because they helped a lot on the way with this. They even helped carry my backpack at one point just to help with the pain. After a long struggle and fight, we made it to the top of Yosemite Falls. And then I got to see the views, take time to sit at the summit and relax. As I sat with my friends and kind of enjoyed the view around me, I got to talk with my teacher who was leading the Clouds Rest hike. He knew I ran the marathon and got injured, but he motivated me by saying he knows that if I wasn't injured, I would of course make Clouds Rest. Now this made me feel happy, but deep down inside, I wasn't satisfied until I did Clouds Rest. I truly wanted to do it. After heading back down and finishing the day off, I had time to reflect upon my day. I had done something that I thought was impossible. Even though it was 9 miles, I hiked those 9 miles with an injured calf, but it was too painful and I was too tired, so I didn't want to think about it a lot. So I went to bed. In the morning, we took a walk around Mirror Lake, and this was because everyone was tired after Yosemite Falls, so we had a nice, calm morning, and after that, we were given free time to do whatever. I knew deep down inside that there was a low chance I was actually going to do Clouds Rest, so I made the most of it by exploring the valley with my friends. We first walked to Lower Yosemite Falls to see what it was like from the bottom, walked across some logs, then took the bus to a meadow. We skipped stones and submerged ourselves in the cold waters at the lake, and all sorts of side quests. My feet had never felt so sore in my life, but I enjoyed every single moment of it. During this time, I still thought about Clouds Rest. Although I truly wanted to just relax and spend time with my friends, it nagged at me. Everything I worked for led up to this hike, and in just a few hours, I would have to make a hard decision. Before we were dismissed for the night, we all met up at the amphitheater at Curry Village. My teachers used this time to give us a lesson about the geology, the history of Curry Village, and the rock falls that have occurred over the years. After that was a Clouds Rest discussion. During this time, while the conversations went on, I was sitting with my friends, and that was when a fire burned inside me once again. That same spark that drove me to accomplish great things, to run that marathon, ignited within me. It was in that moment that I told myself I was going to do Clouds Rest. I mean, what was I even afraid of? The pain? Who cares if it's painful? I had done Yosemite Falls with practically crutches. I knew I can do it. It was not going to be easy, but I could do it. And I knew the consequences of failing. If I failed, that would mean everybody on that hike would have to abandon the hike and go back to camp. It was all for one and one for all. Everyone supporting each other. If one person falls, everyone heads back. Everyone goes up that hike together. And I was not going to fail my classmates, my teachers, but most importantly, myself. 2 sticks and a dream, 2 sticks and a dream. At this point, it wasn't just a saying. It was a vow that I was going to make it to the top of Clouds Rest, even though I had an injured calf. And so the meeting commenced, and my teacher who was leading that hike informed everybody about what they needed to bring, supplies, how long it was going to take, and what time we leave. And after we were dismissed, everyone rushed to prepare. Food, water, essentials. We all sprinted like animals into the convenience store just to stock up on supplies. Our quiet camp became a battleground. One of my friends even described it as if we were going to war. We were. We were going to war with ourselves and the mountain the next day. I used this time to prepare and kind of fuel myself up for tomorrow. I needed to be prepared. I switched cabins with one of my friends so I can bunk with another friend because we had to wake up at 4. And the friend that I switched cabins with ended up having the nastiest nosebleed of his life. He even closed down one of the restrooms at the camp, and I think that was worth mentioning. So I hope you're feeling better now. But back to the topic at hand. As I laid down to sleep, I thought about the next day. The immense pain I was about to endure, the consequences if I failed, and the mountain which I had set my sights on over a year ago. And I was going to prove, once again to myself, that I am capable of so much more. And with that, I attempted to get as much rest as I could, because tomorrow, it was going to be a long day. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but it's 4:30 in the morning. It's pretty dark outside. I'm going to head up to Cloud's Rest. My body's not in the best condition, but I feel like with enough effort and determination, I can do it. I proved to myself before. I ran a marathon. This time's not different. It's a bit harder, but this time I have my friends around me and the people I know. And I have a lot of support on my side. It would be really bad just to give up now. All right, let's do this.
We are doing the Clouds Rest hike today.
Yeah.
This is my hiking buddy Sam.
Oh, and this is my hiking buddy Hugo.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it.
It's 25 miles round trip.
Oh, what's the elevation?
6,000, isn't it 6,000? You gain 6,000 feet in altitude.
Yeah.
So hopefully we do it. How your feet feeling?
My feet, bro, I'm so cooked.
Alright.
Oh, I feel like 5 seconds from now.
We're both recording each other.
I mean, we're not even up. But
Oh my goodness.
this is actually.
Wow. Hugo, you got another stick?
Yeah. This one got a handle too.
I don't know if you can see, but there's snow. And we're still, what's up, Miriam? Snow!
Man, it feels good to actually on legs. Oh my god.
We were so close to the top. Now this hike really tested my mind. Because of my injury, I was very slow, and throughout the hike, I was always near the back of the group. So slow that at one point, me and another classmate got lost because we fell behind. And my teacher and the alumni had to track us down to find us again, and we ended up retracing our steps. And despite many setbacks and a hard trail, I refused to give up. We had just one more mile left, but this one was going to be the hardest. In this last mile alone, we would be going up 1,000 feet in just 1 mile. My body wanted to give out. My feet were sore. My calf flared up, but I couldn't give up. So our group mentally prepared and we set out to finally summit Cloud's Rest.
Started there.
So this peak is not
Now we're here.
We're going higher than that.
Two injured calves, and he fucking did. And I caught it. Oh my goodness. Two calves and two calves. Two calves, 2 sticks. 2 sticks and a drink.
Okay, we made it up to Cloud's Rest. Damn, the view is crazy. Shout out to my boy Matthew for the 2 sticks. I generally could not make it up. Thank you. You came with me in spirit. I did this for you and all my homies who supported me. Yeah, 2 sticks and a dream. We did it, boys. Yeah, subscribe or something. I don't know. Wow, the view is crazy. Can I get some orange? Thank you so much. Do you have some thoughts after reaching the top?
I've never wanted to kill myself more.
Well, I finally got my socks wet at the very top of the hike by falling deep.
Alright, let's go.
I got it.
Yo, you baited it and you didn't. Yeah, hell no.
How freaking messed up.
No, come on, give him a food at least. Come on. Aw.
Yo!
He's such a big back, bro.
I'm gonna go down here.
Oh, 3, 2, 1.
Shoot, I threw it.
Now came the hard part, doing it all again, and the way down was even worse. My legs were so sore that every step felt like pure torture. My pace slowed and slowed and slowed, and before I knew it, I was in the back of the group, but I kept fighting through it. I was yelling, swearing, talking to myself, hyping myself up, all to distract myself from the pain I was experiencing. My feet constantly ached, and the distance just never seemed to end. After a few hours, we arrived at this waterfall-like path. There was water dripping down, and all around us was puddles of cold water. Now, in our discussion from the day before, we were advised to bring 2 pairs of socks in case one of them got wet. But I remember something from yesterday. At the lake, when I submerged my legs in the cold water, it numbed the pain. And for the first time throughout the hike, I felt good. I took a gamble. I still had spare socks in my backpack. What was there to lose? I quickly dipped both of my legs into the icy water, making sure I submerged it into the icy cold to numb the pain. And it worked. And as the pain went away, it felt like I was in peak condition, like the injury wasn't even there. And using this tactic, I went from the back of the group to running forward and keeping pace with the front. As we went down, we reflected about what we had just done. This day was generational, and we had made so many memories on this trip. We finally got back to camp at around 9, and we were greeted by the rest of our classmates who went on a different hike instead of Cloud's Rest. And it was the most fun night of the entire trip. And I was having so much fun, bro. I dapped a bunch of people up. I was getting hyped. The feeling of conquering Cloud's Rest, despite being injured, coupled with getting to share that achievement with the friends I treasure, was something I will never forget. And as the trip finally came to an end, on the bus ride home, I left with cherished memories, good times, and a day where I proved to myself that I can do anything that I set my mind to. And all that hard work finally paid off. So before this video ends, let me go back to the original point about potential. Reaching your potential is hard. It's difficult, but past that is someone greater than you can ever imagine. And I want you guys to find inspiration in my story. I want you guys to see all the effort I have put in throughout the year and the mindset that allowed me to go up Cloud's Rest and accomplish great things. Take that step towards your goals and dreams and go tackle it. But also remember to enjoy the process and don't give up. I also wanted to say that I did not do this alone by any means. I had my family supporting me, friends who cheered me on, who switched cabins with me, who carried my backpack, who made me food, who was there since the beginning. I am truly grateful for those who have supported me from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. And if you enjoy content like this from a small YouTuber like me, make sure to hit that subscribe button to join me along on my adventures. And if not, that's all good. But now it's your turn. Yeah, you have to go out there and you do something, you know? Go out there and find your own Cloud's Rest and give it your all. And so you guys can reach your potential and be who you were meant to be and accomplish your goals and dreams. I know you can do it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. 2 sticks and a dream. Fiery Inferno out. All right, see you guys.